this is an anchor from, it says, the Spanish Armada, 1588. So that's just an amazing thing that you'll just never see anything else. I couldn't even lift that. I'm in Trinity House courtyard. Now, Trinity House is possibly the oldest continuously owned piece of land in Newcastle. Okay, and originally Trinity House was the guild of the master mariners. So you know, the seamen banded together and created their own guild back in medieval time. Well, it's actually I think they got a royal charter in 1539, and they've continuously owned this place ever since. In fact, the first rent that they had to pay to a guy called Ralph Hebben was a red rose and a pottle of wine, something between a bottle and a pot, and they had to pay that every Midsummer's Day, and that was their quick rent, a peppercorn rent, you could say. And they've just continued to be here ever since. Now, they do, Trinity House have historically done the most important work at sea, keeping mariners safe. Henry VIII granted a royal charter because down in London they prized Newcastle coal so much, and of all the sea lanes in the world, and that's when navigation was expanding and people was going out to the Americas and places like and around the world. You know, that even then, with all those seas of the world, the route from Newcastle to London was still one of the most dangerous shipping routes, with all that prized cargo of coal on it. So basically they were desperate to protect the Newcastle coals that were getting in London, so they gave a royal charter to Trinity House. And what Trinity House also did was they built the high light and the low light at North Shields, so to protect the river mouth. Because Henry VIII wasn't particularly a fan of the church, as everyone knows, and he felt the church were very corrupt, and he did have a point, because the Prior of Tynemouth wasn't incentivised to keep people safe at sea. In fact, when anything got wrecked on the Black Middens or the rocks around Tynemouth, he had rights to all that cargo. So Trinity House were all about protecting lives at sea, and over the centuries their responsibilities and their duties and their rights to tax ships coming in through using their lighthouses, they lost all those to different bodies like the RNLI and the Coast Guard and lots of the Navy and lots of other bodies. So they got reduced in scope, but they're still here today, and they do a lot of charity work, and they do mariners exams. So if you want to be a pilot, you have to do exams through Trinity House. So they're brilliant. They may be the most venerable institution and one of the key institutions of Newcastle.